Chapter number 3 motion in a straight line. How is it called? Revision ki chapter number 3 motion in a straight line see yam extensive ko dito ke aina just 10 to 12 question betani in selection to rije ado emo magi question da dum pi ni ko average velocity and the average speed mathang da lai si karam lai instantaneous velocity lai aduga acceleration laptop lai ko smaina magi topic wise and question ji magi classification on the chapani adu yengo sigi kano sida no gi formula return formula jing ba yoren I am nadi almost no loan clear money, and if you do not have that written formula for this specific chapter, I will upload in our group. Okay, so let us begin with our question. There is motion in a straight line. Why do we call this chapter to be motion in a straight line? Because it requires only one coordinate to define the motion. That is why it is said to be one-dimensional motion or motion in a straight line. If we have to plot here, if we have to plot this x equal to a, then what will be the graph? The graph will be a straight line passing like this, passing through this point, which is at a distance equal to a from the origin. Okay, so this particular point will be always at a distance a, always at a distance a from this or from this y-axis. Okay, this is x-axis. This is y-axis. Adu ita di ko na motion in a straight line say ko na one dimensional motion hari baram se kay because it requires only one coordinate. C coordinate se kya na say one is the coordinate of any point lying on the x-axis. It will be equal to a comma 0, and what will be the coordinate of any point that is lying on the y-axis? It will be 0 comma b. That means x-axis to wagera, y-axis to wagera. We are going to take the remaining axis to be having the coordinate of 0 coordinate. In order to define the motion of this particle, let us suppose this is a person and he is running along this straight line, then we can say that this person will be at a distance equal to a always from the y-axis. Therefore, in order to define this motion, only one coordinate is required, and the pattern of the motion produced by the person is also a straight line. That is why we call it as one-dimensional motion, or we can put this as motion in a straight line. Okay, this will be okay. And here our first part will be average speed, average velocity. What is the difference between average speed and velocity? You go through the formula, which I will be uploading later on. Okay. And let us begin with our question number 15. You may think that there is no theory class. So if we continue to teach the theory, then it will not be a revision class. Okay. Here I will explain the basic theory that is required for solving a particular question along with the problem itself. Okay. Question duga problem duga tumai harake. Question number 15. The which of the following curve doesn't represent motion in one dimension? Okay. So similarly say we have one graph say the graph is between velocity in the time. C kamai said this will be like this. And what about the graph number B? Graph number B is like this. dt. Number C. Number D. Let me check the quality of the video once. Ko video quality jo tum yai tum make seng mali ko yeng se adu imana si de piri se kanoni ko graph ama pire The graph is between velocity time graph period. For this specific chapter, you have to study three different type of graph. Which I have already written in your formula. You can go through later on. Then distance time graph. Distance time graph. Fast distance having more than it can be also be replaced as position time graph. You have to go through the position time graph. Second will be equal to speed time graph, and number third will be velocity time graph. Number four will be acceleration time graph. You see the basic difference between these four type of graph in the formula book. Formula book to the distance time graph, speed time graph, acceleration time graph. The difference between this speed time graph and the velocity time graph is to be noted. This is very important. What is speed? What is velocity? Speed is nothing but it is a scalar quantity and it will be always positive. Remember that distance cannot be negative. So according to our formula, speed is equal to distance divided by time. So we can have distance is always greater than 0. Distance is always 0. Distance is the path taken. The path displacement, the path taken, it may be 0.1, 0.3, but it can never be 0. 0 is one manavade. Time is also scalar quantity. Time cannot be 0. Time is 0. This will be any number greater than 0. So the speed will be always positive and its graph must be always plotted along the positive axis. Positive axis this minor this is speed and this is time. If we draw a graph between this speed and time graph, we cannot draw this like this minus a pair there. The graph cannot be extended beyond negative axis. This is positive y-axis, this is positive x-axis, and what about this? This will be negative y-axis. If the graph is given like this, this graph cannot be the graph between your speed and time. Speed ka time we know that speed cannot become negative. Can never be negative. Graph so the graph should be always in the positive quadrant. That means in the first quadrant the graph will be like this minus the the graph must have finished like this minus. Is that understood or not? And what about the velocity time graph? Velocity time graph will be velocity will be defined as your displacement divided by time, and this may be three categories. The highway it may be positive OBI, negative OBI, and zero OBI. Understood, bro? So velocity can be positive, 0, or negative, but velocity will be only velocity of a body will have only one value at a given time. Is that understood or not? The velocity ki magi value say only one for the graph. Let us draw any graph over here. This is B and this is T. So this can be 0, right? We can put like this. This is 0. Understood? And it can be also negative. Yeah. But the velocity at this point is how much? This is positive. Velocity at this position is 0. Velocity at this position will be 0. Velocity at this position, let me put over here. This is minus 2 and this is plus 2 and this is minus 2 and this is 0. So the velocity at this position is 0. Velocity at this position is 2. Velocity at this position is 0. Velocity at this position is minus 2, 0. That means its value can be positive, negative, or 0. But what about the time taken? The time taken is t equal to 0. Here this is t equal to 1. Here this is t equal to 2. This is t equal to 3. This is t equal to 4. That means at a given time t equal to 4, can its value be 0, other than 0 0 खतंग का ओइदी नट्रो 0 का कोई रहने बा सी की time t equal to 4 बिसिदा नकी 0 जो इकनी 2 जो इकनी 4 जो इकनी it will be wrong. Okay, so we can say that for a given velocity time graph at a given time the velocity will have only one value makak laigani ba adu the using this concept let us find out the correct answer for question number 15. Question number 15 ki correct answer just choose to see sida ingo number 8 study is it this diagram fulfill our concept of single velocity or single velocity at a given time to fulfill the remo the velocity at a given time 0 ne kalo this is t equal to 0 this is t equal to 1 okay this is t equal to 2 that means at different time period magi different time the different value we are ko this is our this graph can represent your velocity time graph but in the question it is being asked to find out the graph that cannot represent velocity time graph to represent what about this see the thing velocity is increasing see the time t is equal to 0 and here this is time t equal to 1 and here this is time t equal to 3 that means here this is velocity is equal to this is 3 this is 5 that means this graph shows the increasing velocity in a fallacy is that understood or not increasing velocity or equal that means at a given time at a particular time the value of the velocity will also different value like bro this option number A option number C can represent our velocity time graph to represent let us say your option number D so it is similar with this sida piniba se sida chama lai ko dan na sida na kay straight line on the here in this case it is in the form of waveform no in anyway sida na low sige ni this is 0 this is plus 2 this is 0 this is minus 2 0 plus minus 2 that means at different position okay at different time so at time equal to t2 at time t equal to 0 at time t equal to 0 velocity comes out to be 0 time t equal to 1 this much time t equal to 2 this much time t3 equal to this much that means every second produces different velocity so option number D can also represent our velocity time graph to represent to vi but what about this B number B se kai bata rahe we can eliminate this option number A C D so our correct answer will be B je masana tabam thokone ba to mungkin check karoge insi semana pili sekar mo pili a circular graph mo ina pili mo pili bo pili ado itadi at a given time c time similar recurrency given times the my value zero if we consider the value over here this will represent 2 centimeter per second and here this is t equal to 1 in the so the thing what will be the velocity here velocity v is equal to 5 centimeter per second that means at a given time this particle has two different velocities my velocities ani tuan ba later bro let it go t equal to 1 kun arbitrary oine heta lobani arbitrarily we take the time to be 1 second then at this instant or at this moment masigi tangkak sida kona velocity kya lai we can plot two different velocities from the given graph therefore option number B the graph representing option number B cannot be our velocity time graph so this will be our correct answer we have to choose the graph that cannot represent the velocity time graph adu this is number B said this will be our answer je kya aur ni number B se tara understood to ngung dang ngai ro hai ni ko one dimension di nang khang do se two dimension ni te ko sida ai clarify tan to hoge one dimension है ना मेरा question number 15 दा one dimension है ना मनी one dimension थी कहीं लेकिन it will have only one displacement it will have only one velocity it will have only one acceleration लेकिन ये But two dimension two dimension it may have two different velocities, two different displacement that will be discussed in your projectile the taxico. The velocity v this is projected with velocity u, then this projectile will come to the ground at this point. This point is known as striking point. This is point of projection. This is ux, this is uy. That means at a given time, if this is considered as time of projection, at this given time we have two different type of velocity. So if a body possesses two different type of velocity at a given time, then that type of motion will be known as two-dimensional motion or motion in the plane, which will be discussed in the next chapter. Mathangi chapter da takadine yagadra yarani ko. But for one dimension, it will have only one velocity, one displacement, one acceleration at a given time. Yadra yareko. Next question num torusi. Next will be your question number 16, and this is based on your acceleration. Out of this, speed, time, velocity, okay. Speed, we will be having first distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and we will be having our average speed, average velocity. That will be studied. You try to understand that concept or that topic by yourself, and we are going to do our acceleration. This acceleration is a bit important comparing to the previous average speed, average velocity. Average speed, average velocity. So acceleration, how will you define this acceleration? This is very important. Most of the students get confused about the acceleration. Acceleration means it is the unequal displacement produced for equal time interval. Uniform motion se kamai nagini. How will you define uniform motion? Uniform motion will be defined as like this. This is 2 meter, and this will be also 2 meter. This will be also 2 meter. That means for every second the body produces 2 meter as displacement. Karigumba body do now every second the 2 meter ki displacement produced the equal displacement in equal time interval, then such type of motion will be known as uniform motion. Uniform motion, understood? Or in another language it can be termed as non-accelerated motion. Is that understood or not? Next, how will you define acceleration? Acceleration means speeding up. Koi common language increasing the speed is known as acceleration. So let us assume in the first second, in the first second it produces only 2 meter, and in the next second, that is in the second second, let us consider it produces 5 meter, and in the next third second, that is in the duration of 1 second, it produces 17 meter. It produces unequal displacement in equal time interval. Such type of motion will be now known as non-uniform non-uniform, or in our general language it will be termed as accelerated motion. Understood? And how will you write the mathematical formula for acceleration? Before doing this acceleration, let me give you a simple insight about your velocity. Without knowing the velocity, you cannot write or you cannot understand the formula for acceleration. So velocity will be equal to dx by dt. That means the rate of change of displacement with time. Rate the change of physical quantity with time is known as rate, and the change of physical quantity with distance is known as gradient. Language rate change of physical quantity. What type of physical quantity? Displacement. Displacement changes with respect to time, then that will be represented as v equal to dv by dx. Velocity equal to dx divided by dt. That's all. Okay. So acceleration will be defined as the rate of change of velocity. Velocity change acceleration in the high. Yeah, देखो adu itardi velocity ki waragana displacement change toba. The change of displacement with time is known as your velocity, and the change of velocity with respect to time will be known as acceleration. And if we put the value of v, then this can be written as d by dt into this is dx divided by dt. In short, we can consider like this. This is d square x divided by dt square. That means if we have this expression x is equal to, or any simple formula, y is equal to 3x square plus or 3x power 5 plus x power 3 or x power 4, whatever. In order to get, this is the displacement, this is the expression for displacement, and this is minus if x this is g to power 5, this is g to power 4 लेने कलजी. Here we have our displacement in the function of time the function the expressed term reba. We have to differentiate twice with respect to time in order to get acceleration. I say acceleration khangi hai taragadi. First of all, differentiate the given displacement, you will get velocity, and velocity should be again differentiated with respect to the time, and you will get acceleration. So d by dx, d will be equal to dx divided by dt. We will be having our velocity. Then let us find out the acceleration. Then it will be dv by dt. So we require double differentiation for the function given in terms of displacement. Kariguma function dona displacement the pyramid में, and it is bring us to find out the acceleration. Then it will be like this. यार का यारे को अदु दिसी की velocity जगी नंगी कनो हंगोता रदी सिना differentiation द लाकनी को. If velocity is given and you are being asked to find out the displacement हंगता रदी, how will you find this? This will be v equal to dx. So opposite when the satpata ragadi, let me write the sequence with the ko displacement next the kind nakalai differentiation and laklin ko next this is differentiation d by dx and irage d by dt, that is differentiation. Then you will get your velocity. Okay, differentiate d by dt, you will get acceleration. Is that understood? See acceleration. But if we take in the reverse direction the acceleration if we integrate the acceleration, see integration dt, we will be having your velocity. If we integrate velocity with respect to time, then we will be having our displacement. Is that understood or not? This karigumba differentiate we get velocity. Next differentiation we get acceleration. Acceleration integrate we get velocity. If velocity is integrated, we will get displacement. That is being written over here. If you want to find out your displacement by giving you or by taking the value of your velocity is a pyramid khalasi, other displacement you are going to integrate this. You go through these two steps. What will be the expression? Acceleration A will be equal to dv by dt, and let's take the reverse condition. This is A dt is equal to integration of dv, and from here you will get what? This is v. Velocity v is equal to integration of A dt. This is x, so we can put like this: x is equal to integration of v dt. Karigumba displacement pyramid. So you may get confused over here. If displacement is given, then you can find out velocity by differentiation. And if velocity is given and you are being asked to find out displacement, you just integrate the velocity. Understood, Tawiko? And if we take the case for acceleration, the same logic or same concept will also hold true here. if we have to find out the acceleration, then it will be the rate of change of velocity dv by dt like, and instead of giving the velocity, if acceleration is given and you are being asked to find out the acceleration, if you are being asked to find out the velocity, then you will be using this formula v equal to integration of a dt. Is that understood or not? Here let us study one more extension for your acceleration. This is very important. Okay, see a is equal to dv by dt, and this can be also be expressed like this, dv by dx into this is dx by dt in a bro. This dx after cancellation we can obtain the previous expression. Expression here this is dv by dx, and what about this dx by dt? We know that dx by dt is equal to d in a b bro. We can put like this, d dv divided by dx, acceleration a. When are you going to use this acceleration is equal to dv by dt, and when are you going to use this acceleration is equal to v dv by dx? Instead of minus p, if the velocity is expressed like this, 3t square plus t, we can easily find out the acceleration. Acceleration is equal to dv by dt. That means it will be 3t square plus t. That means if the velocity is expressed in terms of your time they express the number, we can easily find out your acceleration by using the formula dv by dt. Okay, is that understood or not? Let me check the video quality once more. See, understood miko. The next time, instead of giving your velocity in terms of your time the PV if velocity is given in terms of your displacement, v is equal to x square or x cube plus 2x minus here we cannot use this formula for your acceleration formula to see in this case velocity is given in terms of x, therefore we are going to use this acceleration a equal to v dv by dx. Okay, that means we can put like this, velocity into what is the value of v? This will be x cube plus 2x. Is that understood or not? If the velocity is given in terms of time, then acceleration can be easily find out by using this formula. And instead of giving your velocity in terms of time, if they express in terms of your displacement x, then we are going to use this acceleration a equal to v dv by dx. Is that understood? Let us do one question based on this. This formula, the best of it. Question number 16. In this question number 16, we have a particle of union mass undergoes one-dimensional motion such that its velocity varies according to the relation Vx equal to beta x raised to power minus twice n, where beta and n are constant and x is the position of the particle. That means here basically they are giving us the information that velocity depends upon the position, not on time. Time the pyramid pyramid the pyramid with respect to displacement the p whenever. Here the acceleration of the particle happening for this question number 16. V is given as beta x power minus twice n minus p vinatra. Here we know that if the velocity is expressed in terms of x, then our acceleration will be equal to v dv by dx. Is that understood? What is the value of v? Value of v is bx power minus twice n. We put like this, and we will be differentiating d by dx, and this is beta x raised to power minus twice n. So this will be beta x power minus twice n into here this beta is constant, so we can take out from the differentiation, and we do know that what is the power of this x. X is being raised to the power minus twice n, and we know that for differentiation power becomes our multiplier. Multiplier the change the here this must be multiplied with twice n into the into what will be the value of, what will be the new power of x. X must be reduced by minus 1. Power will be reduced by 1. If you do not understand this step, then I will illustrate here d by dx of x power n. What will be the answer? Answer will be n x power n minus 1. Power becomes multiplier and the new power is reduced by 1. Okay, so our power is minus 2, so minus 2 become multiplier, and the power, what was the original power? The original power or index is minus twice n, and it must be reduced by 1, so we subtract 1 from here and we get the correct answer. This is beta square, beta into beta, this will be beta square. And what about this minus? There will be also another minus, minus into this is twice n, and what about this x into this is x raised to power how much? Twice n. This is multiplication, so it must be added, so we will be having minus for n plus 1, minus for n minus 1. This will be again minus 1. So our answer will be like this. Option number D will be our correct answer. Option number D is correct answer. Yata hayani ko sir. Hayani khali, I think I have already covered up this this in our general course. General course to sita khali khali ko. Next question number next question number 19. Actually this question number 16 and 19 is already covered up in our general class to the answer je kya ta mali question number 19 answer just by looking at the question je yeng edra such type of question that is repeated over and again you don't have to remember the method or the concept, you just have to remember what is the correct answer. Answer to correct one we receive f is equal to f naught, then I say 1 f naught 1 minus t divided by capital T. Minus b with the draw. F is the acceleration, f naught is constant, t is the time, and this capital T is the constant. And the people let me read the question. A particle moving along the x-axis has acceleration f at time t given by the expression f equal to f naught 1 minus small t divided by capital T, where f naught and the capital T are constant. The particle at t has zero velocity. In the time interval between 0 and the time when f equal to 0, the particle velocity vx will be equal to how much? Our answer will be option number C. I will not do this question because this is already covered up in your main syllabus tan na takre adona you go through that no mamang da mu hallagi yengo, you will find the answer will be your option number C. That is very easy. Okay, such type of question where you can easily sort out the answer. See, you need not to remember the concept of the answer kya tani se just by looking at the question. Our answer will be option number C, half f naught t. Finish. See familiar with that. If you are very familiar with the question, what will be the answer? Without any concept also you will get 4 marks. This is the way to prepare to preparation. Your preparation should be up to this level. You can up to this level where you can easily sort out the answer without any calculation. Calculation question for this question we get answer this. That means without any calculation also you get 4 marks. 4 marks in bro. And that is the logic behind it. Next kinematics of number 3.6 I will the topic. The third topic will be our first part will be question based on our average speed, average velocity, displacement. That will be uh, that is already done by taking one simple example. And next topic will be your acceleration, and that too also completed by taking our question number 16 and 19 as our example in what next. The third topic will be kinematics equation for accelerated motion. That means we have these three very important, not three, four very important formula that is being used in our one-dimensional motion. Here, v equal to u plus at, v square equal to u square plus twice as, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Next will be Sn equal to u plus a by 2, and this will be twice n minus 1. See, four formulas. These four equations will be used only when the body produces common acceleration or uniform acceleration. Understood? Common acceleration when a is acceleration is constant. When the speeding up say constant that will be known as uniform acceleration. Only then we can apply this, where all the symbols have their usual meaning. U V stand for the final velocity, U stand for the initial velocity, A stand for acceleration, T for the time, and S stand for the displacement produced. And if the displacement is given along with initial and the final velocity, we are going to use this. If the displacement is given along with initial velocity, acceleration time, we are going to use this third formula. And what about this formula, C formula, CS and used already. This is the displacement produced in a particular second. Api was second displacement we are going to use this. I will illustrate with the help of diagrammatic representation of my now 1 second, in the first second it produces 2 meter, in the second second it produces, or in the next second it produces 5 meter, and in the next third second it produces 17 meter. So if we have to find out, if we have to find out the displacement in the third second, the third I believe particular second. We are not considering the displacement from where to where. Displacement from time t equal to 3 total displacement is not considered. We just consider the displacement produced by a body or by the body in that particular second. Api was second displacement we are going to use this formula, C formula used the whenever, and this third formula will be used if the question asks you to find out the displacement from the starting point to the ending point. Total duration this is t equal to 0, this is t equal to 3 if we have to find out the total displacement in the whole 3 seconds total displacement we are going to use the third formula. And if individually, if they ask to find out the displacement produced in the third second, we are going to apply the fourth equation. This is S4, this is S3, S3, this is the displacement produced in the third. So this will be equal to U plus acceleration A divided by 2, and this will be 2 into, what about this? This n denote the particular second. There is 3 second, third second. I told not 3 second, it is the third second. We will be using like this. Is that understood? So let us do the question based on this formula. See, formula is the best way you can see. Aduga, still it say. Just 1 second. Along with this formula, you have to remember your motion in a free fall and vertical motion. Vertical motion ka free fall ka to jo So let me quickly write the formula. Formula quickly in high. If a body, let us discuss for your vertical projection. It will be super fast. Yam thuni ko vertical projection. If any object is thrown with velocity u in the upward direction, then it will follow a straight path and it will fall back after reaching the maximum height. What will be the velocity at this maximum point or maximum height? Velocity will be equal to 0, and the time taken to rise up to this maximum height is equal to time of ascent, and this will be equal to u by g. And the time taken by the body to fall back to the ground will be also known as time of descent, and this will have the same value. This is u by g. If the body takes 3 seconds to rise up to this point, and the body will also now take 3 seconds to fall back to the ground. See particular height is this is the maximum height reached by the particle projected with velocity u. Velocity u is the projector maximum height the time taken by the body to rise to the maximum height and the time taken by the body to fall back to the ground will have the same value. Okay, if it takes 3 seconds, then it will take 3 seconds to fall down, so that the total time from the point of projection and the striking point, total time of flight, and this total time of flight will be equal to twice u by g. Is that understood? See, total time of flight, you should remember this, that will be twice u by g. What is the maximum height reached? The maximum height reached by a particle projected with velocity u will be equal to u square divided by 2g. See, is it this dependent upon the mass? Mass depend over? No, it doesn't depend upon the mass. So any mass, whether it is 2 kg or 5 kg, thrown up with the same speed, it will reach the same height. Small stone bigger stone the same speed you throw off vertically to the surface of from the surface. Surface small stone pebble stone we throw it off with the same velocity. According to our formula, it will reach the same height. It will take the same time to reach the same height, and it will be returning to the ground with the same velocity. So we can put like this: v equal to u. This is very important. Okay, this is point number 3. That means if a body is projected with velocity u, then it will return back to the ground with the same speed, v equal to u. The main formula the formula that you have to remember is that the total time of flight will be twice u by g, and the corresponding time to rise and to fall will be known as time of ascent or time of descent, and the maximum height reached will be equal to this much. Okay, so basically you have to remember only these two formula for vertical projection, and in your actual formula book you will find more details. Okay, I will not be going in detail about this vertical projection. Okay, and what will be the next formula? The next formula will be next topic will be your free fall. The free fall free fall if any object is dropped from a particular height is the mass is dropped this height is the free fall means it will be falling under gravity. The first number priority velocity with which it will strike the ground. See, ground strike v will be equal to root over 2gh. This is very important. Okay, if any object is being dropped from a certain height h, then it will strike the ground with a velocity equal to root over 2gh. And for any freely falling object, we are going to take the initial velocity to be 0. Initial velocity 0 time what will be the time? What is the time taken by the body to fall through this height ice? Then number 2 the kailani se Number 2, the time taken t will be equal to root over 2h divided by g. This is very important. See, basically you have to remember these two formula. See, formula and the remaining can be found out by just your simple mathematical reasoning, mathematical logical reasoning. Height if height is given and you are being asked to find out the time taken, the question can be asked like this. A stone is dropped from a high or from a tall building of 250 meter. 250 meter wang building amadagi nangna stone ama drop tawreba. What is the time taken by the stone to strike the ground? Ground is strike to the you are going to use this formula, okay? And the question can be again reverse the if you want to measure the height of that same tower just by dropping the stone, then how will you proceed with the formula? If instead of giving your height, if time is known, then our height will be number C, the height will be equal to half gt square. Understood, bro? And this is the formula with which we can find out the height of a building, height of a bridge, or the height of a skyscraper. I nice kami ko. Time if time is given, then we can easily find out your height. If height is given, then we can easily find out time by using these two different set of formula. Yadra, yareko. So let us start with our question. Question now. Is it question number 32? Yes, let us do your question number 32. No, we have to do this question number 25 first. Question number 25 is very important. Question number 25. This is the question based on your free fall. Question number 25. We can do this question in our conventional method. The normal process, the whole is right, but this question is being asked 2 or 3 times. 100 question. This is important, so I will give you a simple shortcut trick to remember the correct answer for this type of question. A stone falls freely under gravity. It covers a distance h1, h2 in the first 5 seconds, next 5 seconds, and the next 5 seconds respectively. Then the relation between your h1, h2 and h3 will be. Do you understand the question or not? That means we are going to consider the free fall for equal time interval. Time interval says the free fall displacement. No, we have to consider that. Anyway, I will draw the diagram for your better understanding. See, we will be discussing this in two different categories. One with equal displacement and another will be equal duration. And here in this question number 25, they have given the equal duration. Before doing these two very important concepts, let us go through the Norman representation for vertically freely falling object. Representation what will be the representation? This is u equal to 0. So, acceleration will be in the above direction or in the downward direction. Acceleration will be in the downward direction. We know that acceleration due to gravity is always downward. That is why, let me give you an example. If you jump from a high platform to the ground, if you jump down, then you will feel your speed to be very slow. But once you reach the ground, you feel that your velocity is increased or your speed is increased 2 or 3 times. Landing beginning your landing will be more faster than your expectation. Nang expect the landing because of the acceleration produced by gravity. Gravity is acceleration. Speed to increase the way and lower the name. Understood? Here we can put like this. In 1 second, okay, in 1 second it will produce like this. It will be only 2 meter. And in the next 1 second, okay, in the next 1 second it will be producing 7 meter. And in the next 1 second it will produce 15 meter. 15 meter 1 second. Is that understood or not? See, this is the actual motion, actual representation of the motion produced by freely falling object. Initially magi speed slowly initially slowly displacement produced will be very small. Understood? Speed slow, speed will be slow at the beginning, that is why it will produce small displacement. And what about the next second? For the next second the speed will be increased somewhat. Speed to somewhat it will produce more displacement. And in the final second it will be accelerated to its maximum level, so it produces maximum displacement. Is that understood or not? And this is the actual representation of our freely falling object. Yadra, and hek tarakung matamda ahan budati mag speed to tapanina kita kagchalani ba adudagi sumsum tarakung matamda maje dundu mag speed yang kala pro speed yang kala mean kadari displacement will also be increased. This is the actual representation like that. Ignoring this representation, see representation je when ignore the we will be taking two different conditions where number A the equal time interval equal time interval of free fall. Equal time interval of free fall of this minor log. We are not going to consider this actual sina real actual free fall. Actual free fall never. Equal time interval with this minor. We are going to take the equal time interval. See the equal time interval. Instead of this one, we can represent it as t second and a half. This is time t. Next will be how much? This will be also again so what will be the displacement here? Displacement from here to here is is1, and displacement from here to here is is2, and displacement from here to here is is3. That means we are taking the displacement produced by this free falling object for equal time interval. In the first second, how much will it fall? Is1. In the next 1 second, how much will it fall? It will fall is2. And in the next 1 second or in the next third second, how much will it fall? It will fall is by 3. So just by giving the equal time interval, and if we are being asked to find out the ratio of their height, is1, is2 and is3, then simply this is1 is2 is2 is3 will be in the ratio 1:3:5. If we proceed for next, then it will be 7, and next will be 9. Odd number multiple the second of this is odd number ratio. Odd number ratio the second is there understood. Hairani the khangi ko karigumba equal time interval period kalasi equal time interval period if we have to find out the ratio of their displacement in the equal time interval during its whole journey. Magi whole journey is the different displacement at equal time interval set. If being asked, then it will be in the ratio 1:3:5. See, understood? So for this question number 25, what will be the correct answer? instead of this t equal to t से क्या होगी ना in the fast 5 second, next will be also second 5 second, next will be third 5 second. bro. So our answer will be 1:3:5. So our answer is very simple. H1 will be for this question number 25. Answer will be equal to H1 is equal to H2 divided by 3. Next will be H3 divided by 5. This is given in your option number D. Option number D the P-Reco. This is the number A. Number A the explanation equal time interval concept. Next, let us find out the very important question number B. Number B the equal displacement in free fall. And this final over here we have to consider like this. If this is ice, this will be also ice. Okay, and from here is your ice of the total height is being divided into 3 equal parts. 3 equal displacement, 3 equal heights is the displaced of ecology. We are going to find out the time taken to fall from this top position to the first part. Second part, time taken to fall from this position to the ground. This is T1, this is T2, this is T3. That means if equal interval of distance or displacement is given and we are being asked to find out the ratio of their time period की ratio जे हम ecology here this is T1, here T1 is to T2 is to T3 is being asked. Then what would be the easiest way to remember? The easiest way to remember is root over 1. Okay, this is root over 1 is to for the first displacement. For the first displacement we take root over 1 and this is usually taken as root over 1. This is usually taken as root over 2. Okay, so this is usually taken root over 3. But this is not the actual ratio. Actual ratio nothing go. The actual ratio will be written in the downward. See the next will be the next ratio T2 will be equal to root over 2 minus root over 1. And what will be the next? Next will be root over 3 minus root over 2. What will be the next? Next will be root over 4 minus root over 3. How do we sina following sina preceding na to? Following preceding is being subtracted. Root over value of the preceding is being subtracted from the following to the key when the preceding to the minus the understood the we go have the first equal displacement the second equal displacement later what will be the ratio? The ratio will be root over 1 is to root over what is the second is the root over 2 minus root over 1. This will be the ratio between T1 is to T2. And if we are going to find out the value from or the ratio between T2 and the T3, then it will be root 2 minus 1 is to root over 3 minus root 2. Smile preceding the here I go. 1 you first it will be only 1. For the second it will be root over 2. Number itself minus the preceding. The number itself minus the preceding. Number itself for the fourth. This is for the first. This is for the second. This is for the second. This is for the third. And this is for the fourth. Fourth it will be 4 minus the third. Is that understood? And that's all for today. And we will be completing this chapter tomorrow. So or maybe in the evening.